വെൽക്കം ടു ഫിസിക്സ് ഓൺലൈൻ. ഈ ചാനലിൽ ഇന്ന് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഫിസിക്സ് വീഡിയോ ഈ വർഷം 10ാം ക്ലാസ്സിൽ എത്തിയ കുട്ടികളെ ഉദ്ദേശിച്ചിട്ടുള്ളതാണ്. അതായത് ജൂണിൽ നമുക്ക് എന്നും സ്കൂൾ തുറക്കാറുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ ഇന്ന് പരിചിതമല്ലാത്ത ഒരു രീതിയിലാണ് ഇന്നത്തെ സ്കൂൾ റീ ഓപ്പണിംഗ് ഉണ്ടായിട്ടുള്ളത്. അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് ഓരോരോ ചാപ്റ്റേഴ്സ് ടെക്സ്റ്റ് വെച്ച് തന്നെ ടെക്സ്റ്റ് ബുക്ക് ബേസ് ചെയ്ത രീതിയിൽ ഫിസിക്സ് പഠിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ് ഈ ചാനലിൽ ഇന്ന് ഈ വീഡിയോ ഇടുന്നത്. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കുറച്ച് നോട്ട്സ് തരാനും അതേപോലെ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് വർക്ക് ചെയ്യാനും ഒക്കെ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ് ഈ വീഡിയോ. We use a number of electrical devices in our home. Some of them are electric bulb, electric fan, mixie or grinder, motor, induction cooker, electric oven, electric heater, etc. Now we know that to all these devices we are giving electrical energy and we get different forms of energy from that. Now take the table 1.1 in your textbook. Here there are 3 columns in which device, use, energy change are given. Now we have to fill the devices in given are electric bulb. Electric bulb. What is the use of electric bulb? That we have to write in this column. The use of electric bulb is to get light. That means what is the energy change taking place in an electric bulb? That is, we give electricity and the electrical energy changes to light energy because we get light from that. Similarly, we have to fill this column first. Next, we are going to the topic heating effect of electric current. That means we have already seen that electric current has many effects. The effect means which form of energy we get from that device by applying electricity, which is a form of energy last we get. The useful form of energy, depending on this useful form of energy, we give its name as heating effect or lighting effect or mechanical effect, etc. That is, the effect of electric current is that useful form of energy which we get from that device. Heating, we discuss more about this heating effect. For that, we take a nichrome wire and a circuit is arranged like this. Voltage is applied to the nichrome wire like as shown in this circuit diagram. Now, when we apply electricity to this nichrome wire, this is a wire, simple wire that is wound in the shape of a coil, or we can use any nichrome material, nichrome wire. And when we apply electricity to this wire, we can see that this nichrome wire becomes red hot. How this wire turned red hot? We know that the only form of energy we have given to this system is this electrical energy. That means we also have studied that we know that energy can neither be created or nor destroyed. Only it can be changed from one form to other form. Here also it is applicable. It is a universal law, so it is applicable here also. That means the applied electricity or electrical energy is converted when passed through this nichrome wire. That energy is turned into heat energy. That is, this heat energy is from the applied electrical energy. This is an example for heating effect of electric current. The potential difference between these points, between the points A and B, is V volt. We have taken this as V volt. Now, what is meant by potential difference, or how we can define potential difference? Potential difference is 1 volt. 1 volt potential difference means we have done 1 joule of work in moving 1 coulomb of charge from this point A to this point B. We have moved charges from this A to B through this conductor, and we have done a work for that, and the amount of work done is 1 joule. To move 1 coulomb of charge from A to B, then we say that the potential difference across its ends will be 1 volt. Now, what is the work done to move 1 coulomb of charge from A to B through a potential difference of V volt? That is, the work done is equal to 1 joule if there is a potential difference E of 1 volt. For 1 volt potential difference, the work done is 1 joule. Then, what will be the work done for V volt potential difference? That will be V joule. Okay, that is, if 1 joule of work is done, the potential difference there will be 1 volt for 1 coulomb of charge. Then what is the work done when we apply potential difference V volt there to move 1 coulomb of charge from A to B? Then that will be V joules. Now, if we have to move not 1 coulomb but q coulombs, if we consider q coulombs of charges, we have to move this q coulomb of charges from A to B. Then what will be the work done? Surely W will be equal to Q into V. W is equal to Q into V. This is a very important equation that we have to study now. We have to derive an equation for power. We have studied in 9th standard that power is equal to the rate of change of work, that is work done by time. This will be the power. Now we have to find the power of this battery, which we have used to supply potential difference for the wire. Now power is equal to W by T. Then we know that in the case of that experiment, the work done in moving Q coulomb of charge under a potential difference V volt is Q into V. Thus, we have to substitute for this W. Then power is usually represented by the capital P. P is equal to W, where W can be replaced by QV divided by T. Here we can see that this Q by T can also be replaced by I, because charges flowing per time, unit time, will be current. That means it is equal to I into V. Thus, we get an equation for power which is P is equal to IV. This is our first equation for calculating power. We can use this equation if we know current through the circuit and the potential difference. By simply multiplying these two, we can calculate the power. James Prescott Joule has derived or arrived at a law which is called Joule's law, which states that the heat developed in a conductor which carries electric current will be directly proportional to the square of the current passing through it, and it is directly proportional to the resistance of the conductor, and it is also directly proportional to time for which electricity is passed through it. By combining all this, we can find an expression, mathematical equation or expression for Joule's law as H is directly proportional to I square R T. That is, heat is equal to heat developed or heat produced in a conductor is equal to the product of I square R and T. Now, how can we state this law? That means a conductor, the heat produced in a conductor is equal to the product of square of electric current resistance and time to which the electricity is passed. Then when we multiply all these, we get the heat energy released there. That means by using this equation, we get or we can calculate how much heat energy is produced in a conductor by passing a current I having a resistance R for a time t. And now the unit of energy, we know that the unit of energy is joule, and here also since it is heat and another form of energy, its unit is also expressed in joules. Thus we got first equation H is equal to I V T. From Ohm's law we have V is equal to voltage, V is equal to I into R. By using this in this equation, we get another equation for calculating H. H is equal to I into, this V is replaced by IR, that is I into IR, then T into T. Then simplifying, I into I square, R, T. That is H is equal to I square RT. H is equal to IVT. This is our first equation. Now we have V is equal to IR from Ohm's law. That is from Ohm's law. Ohm's law, which we have studied in 9th. Now we are writing an expression for I from this Ohm's law. That means I is equal to V by R. Substituting for this I by V by R, we get H is equal to V by R into V into T. V into T. Now simplifying, we get V into V will be V square into T divided by R. That is H is equal to V square by R into T. Now this is our second equation for calculating heat. We have all the three equations for calculating H as H is equal to IVT, H is equal to V square T by R, or H is equal to I square RT. Also, we know that H is equal to work into time, or work means power into time, that is P into T. Thus, we have these four equations for calculating heat energy. That is H is equal to IVT, H is equal to V square by R into T, H is equal to I square RT, H is equal to P into T. Now, we can obtain, we will obtain equations for power from this also. That is, we know that H is equal to P into T. Now, what is P? That is, E into T will be taken to this side and we get power as H upon T, or H by T. By giving different equations for H, we get different equations for P also. That is, H is equal to IVT by T. These two T get cancelled and we get P is equal to IV. This is equation for power. We get H is equal to PT here. So, P is equal to H by T. Now, we use this equation V square by R T by T. dt get cancelled and we get another equation for power as V square by R. This is our second equation for power. Now, P is equal to H by T. and we use H is equal to I square RT here. I square RT divided by T. Then what will be the P? These two T get cancelled and we get P is equal to I square R. This is our third equation for power. Also we know that the unit of power will be watt, W-A-T-T, watt, which is symbolized by W. Thus we got first equation H is equal to I V T. From Ohm's law we have V is equal to voltage, V is equal to I into R. By using this in this equation, we get another equation for calculating H. H is equal to I into, this V is replaced by IR, that is I into IR, then T into T. Then simplifying, I into I square R T, that is H is equal to I square RT. Okay, then we know that by Joule's law H is equal to I square RT. If we increase the resistance by twice, that is if R is increased by twice, that is it is 2R now, without increasing current and time, what will be the heat, difference in heat? That is heat will be I square into, now R is 2R. Therefore, we have to replace this R here by 2R into T. That is equal to I square into 2R into T, means 2 times I square RT. That is heat will be increased twice. If we increase the resistance by double, if we double the resistance, then the heat generated will also be doubled. Now consider if we increase the current, if we increase the current I by twice, I is equal to 2I. I is equal to 2I. We increase the current by twice. Then what will be the change in heat energy produced? Then I should be replaced by 2I. That is 2I whole square into RT. That means 2I whole square. That is 2 square is 4. I square RT. That is heat will be increased by 4 times. That is H is equal to 4I square RT. If we increase the resistance, then the heat increase by 2. If we increase the or double the current, then heat increase by 4 times. Now you have to fill the table 1.2 like this and see the difference. Now we will do a problem. We have to solve too many problems from this part, and it is the first problem. It is a solved problem in your textbook and it is in page number 12. Now look at this problem. How much will be the heat developed if 0.2 ampere current flows through a conductor of resistance 200 ohm for 5 minutes. For 5 minutes, a current of 0.2 ampere is flowing through a conductor and the conductor has a resistance 200 ohm. Now, first we have to write the data given in this problem. That is, what are the factors given? Current. First we know that if current is 0.2 ampere, a current of 0.2 ampere, that means current is denoted by I. That is I is equal to 0.2 ampere. Now what is the next data given? It is a conductor of resistance 200 ohm. That is R is given as 200 ohm. Now time also is given for 5 minutes. T is equal to 5 minutes. We know that we cannot take time in minutes for doing problems. Since it is not SI unit, we have to convert it into seconds. Then 5 minutes will be 5 into 60 seconds. That is 300 seconds. Now all the data are given and we have written like this, and now we have to calculate the heat developed. That is, we have to calculate H. By knowing IRT, what is the equation we can use? That is, we have many equations, 4 equations for H calculating. Here IRT, I square RT will be the correct equation for doing this problem. H is equal to I square RT. Then substitute for I, that is I 0.2 ampere, 0.2 square into 200. R is given as 200 and T is given as 300. Now what is this? 0.2 into 0.2, that is 0.04 into 200 into 300, that is 6 with 4 zeros, that is 60,000. Now what will be the answer? 6 into 4, 24. Then these 4 zeros, put these 4 zeros. Now we have to fix the point for 2 places, that is here, and the unit is joule. That is, the answer will be 2400 joule. Heat energy will be developed across this conductor.